Hi, it's Stuart Sutton at eXp Realty. Hope you're having a great day so far. I'm here to share something with you that you probably came to see because you saw a postcard or a Facebook post or an online ad, and that's the new level of real estate service. First, I'm going to share with you that there's a very powerful secret, and I've used it with many Berry Creek homeowners just like you. That secret is something you're not going to hear from other agents. We have developed it and proven it within our own business, and it is so effective. You're going to see the results of that here in just a few minutes. But first of all, let's talk about the new level of real estate service. We have designed this process to maximize your profits, and the results prove that that's exactly what happens. You're going to see some things that aren't typical with regular real estate agents, but we're continuing to improve it, and we design it around each and every seller. Hopefully, this will make sense to you. Don't hesitate to follow up with questions if you have any. So, what's the single most important action you can take to maximize your home's value? This is the secret I was talking about. I've asked this question to so many real estate agents you can't even imagine. So many homeowners. And not rarely, I never get this answer. But we have proven that this is actually the case. The secret sounds trite, but it is so effective. Extraordinarily effective. Worth a lot of money, as a matter of fact. The secret is to start early. Truly start early. The reason is because it gives you the ability to accomplish some things you just couldn't have otherwise. Now, what is early? Well, I've had Berry Creek homeowners list a home with me a year before it went on the market. The most recent one I've had listed for a couple of months, and it'll be about, well, I take that back. It'll be closer to 5 months before we go on the market. I've got another one, a Berry Creek homeowner right now, that will go on the market about 4 weeks after we list it. So start early is different for everybody, but it depends on what you need to accomplish and what you need to get done. Even in this blistering hot market, it's just as effective in this market as in typical markets. So let's get back to the new level of real estate service. The problem with most real estate agents, according to homeowners like you, is, well, we all do the same things. We see that over and over. Most agents have kind of a rote process they do with every house, same thing. Doesn't matter if it's a condo, doesn't matter if it's a luxury home or starter home, they kind of do the same things. And let's face it, if the consumer feels it's the case, then it's true. And our job is to make sure that we're providing a service that is unique and effective and beneficial to you. So what happens if you call a real estate agent about your Berry Creek home? First, they're going to do a market analysis, evaluation. They're going to come preview the home and maybe suggest things that you should do to improve it before you sell it. And then they're going to share their marketing plan. Let's look at each step. When they prepare an evaluation, a market analysis, if you will, they're going to present that to you when they come meet with you. Well, my question is how? How can they present evaluation when they've never seen your home? I never come to a home with a preconceived notion of value, ever. Because, especially in Berry Creek. Berry Creek homes range over $100 per square foot from low to high as far as how they sell. And that's extremely important. Some of the things you'll hear from me that you won't hear from typical agents are the success ratio in Berry Creek, the hotness ratio, the turnover ratio. Average days on market is pretty easy to find, but there are actually multiple ways to get this. And most agents, I just tend to be blunt, so I apologize. Most agents get it wrong. The average days on market is an important statistic, but most agents don't understand how it really works. The average list to sell ratio, and here's a really important one. Where do agents pull the comparable? Which comparable homes do they use? So the Woods at Berry Creek, the Reserve at Berry Creek, Champions. There are so many sections of Berry Creek. Some have a homeowners association, some have nothing, some just have the mandatory deed fee. It's very important that your agent understand your home and how it compares to the sales comparables they're using. If they don't understand that, the home can be wildly overpriced or underpriced. Let's go past pricing and talk about previewing your home, making possible recommendations for what you might need to do. Well, if you lived in the house for 15 years, you might not be able to prepare it for sale in a week or two. Admittedly, it's possible, and some people have to do that. We approach it a little bit differently, and even if someone needs to get this done quickly, we're more likely to be able to help them accomplish that. Because at my expense, I help you prepare your home to get top dollar. My expense. So every home's different. We don't have a rote mandate, same process for every home. Okay, here's a couple of examples. This home on Woodall, I brought in a landscaper, refreshed the landscape with rocks and mulch. It was just getting a little aged and not looking as fresh, so it made a great first impression. I had the window cleaner come in, windows across the back looking at the pool, just beautiful. They sparkled when he was done. We had a house cleaner deep clean the house just before it went on the market. The home was vacant, so we didn't have to do some of the things we would do with a home that's occupied, but I did have a home inspection done so we'd know if there were any repairs needed. And we did actually go ahead and make some repairs before the home went on the market. We were very, very well prepared, and this home sold at absolute top dollar. Home number 2 was on La Quinta, and I actually have a lot of these examples. These are just a couple. I brought in a painter to refinish the front door because it was just, again, starting to look aged from the sun beating down on it, and it looked brand new. Made a great first impression. He also repaired some damage to the stairway from the owner's dog and made the stairs look brand new. Our landscaper added new mulch. They had extensive landscaping, added fresh mulch to all of it, and it looked fantastic. We also had the home inspection done on that. Very minor issues, and took care of those. Nothing of consequence. And also, I believe we brought the window washer in on this one, although I don't show it. We go through what is needed for each home. Every seller is different. Every home is different. I started guiding my sellers through this process many, many years ago. As a matter of fact, it worked so well in Berry Creek. I'm going to share 2 stats with you. Before this blistering hot market hit, my Berry Creek homeowners were making about $9,064 more and selling 71 days faster than typical agents in Berry Creek. Now, once this blistering hot market hit, and it really hit first of 21, actually maybe late 20, depending on your perspective. But the statistics now show that my sellers get about $23,651 more than the average seller in Berry Creek. Now, how can I do that? Well, I think a big part of that is the front end preparation, the middle marketing, and the back end, which is negotiation, which we'll cover in just a second. But here's some of the other ways we help our sellers. Place a warranty on the home as soon as you list it so you don't have any surprises. We do the inspection. And by the way, if someone says, another agent says you don't need to do a pre-inspection, I would really question that. It's never, ever a negative position to be prepared. And doing inspection means you're prepared. You can take care of things, resolve issues before a buyer ever comes along. Now, some agents say, well, you have to disclose that when you get that inspection. Well, sure you do, and you want to. But you don't have to disclose, I used to have a broken window and now I don't. You can take care of some things that buyers won't consider a problem because they've already been resolved. The 2 biggest reasons that homes do not reach closing when they go into contract are loans and inspections. And we're taking the problems out of the inspection area. We provide a handyman to make all kinds of needed repairs, professionally stage the home, clean the windows, clean the house, clean the carpets, improve the landscape, bring painters in. What is needed for your home? What do you need? This is what the new level of service is all about. And the purpose for all this, of course, is to make you more money, to maximize your profits and have your home sell at top dollar. There's no risk to you, by the way. I get asked this sometimes. If you decide, well, gosh, we don't want to sell after all, or gosh, our transfer didn't come through, or whatever the case is, you don't owe me any money back, and you don't have to pay me back at closing. This is part of the new level of real estate service. The agent is then going to sit down and share their marketing plan with you. So they previewed the home, maybe make some suggestions about what you want to do to it to make it look best for going on the market, and then they're going to share their marketing plan. Now, some agents don't really have a plan. They just kind of follow the process of putting your home in the multiple listing service and putting a sign in the yard, and it defaults to real estate portals, so that's not a big deal. If they can't show you a plan, though, sometimes they'll verbalize it, and that's kind of hard to get your arms around. So when I sit down with you, I'm going to show you so you can look at it and see what we do in the way of the marketing process for your home. We're going to share that with you and let you experience it. Agents who have a plan will probably show you a series of things that are pretty much standard for every single home. We actually, again, design our service for your home. And that's why you ought to continue to ask this question. What makes you different? Why should I list my Berry Creek home with you? All right. My target market approach is what makes us different in the marketing area. The extensive web content dedicated to your home offers unique attributes about your home, not just bullet points, but real descriptions. See, the typical process is to put your home on the multiple listing service. It'll then default to lots of different websites. And you know what those are, Zillow and Realtor.com and Homes.com and all those others. And some agents actually tout that as being a big deal. It's not. It happens with everybody. When you put on the MLS, it goes to all kinds of other websites. Obviously, there are only a handful that really make a difference, and we all use those. We also do multiple videos. Most agents will hire a photographer. If they don't hire a professional photographer, I would really think hard about whether you want to hire that agent. Professional photographer who will then kind of do a video tour, a virtual tour, if you will. Well, that's one video. We do multiple videos, 3 minimum, as many as 5 or 6. And the reason for that is because videos play a huge role in how a buyer perceives a home. So we do multiple videos, multiple placements. We do a voiceover video that explains all the attributes of the home, lets us be an advocate for you. We do a typical tour with music that they can just kind of take their time and go through the home. And then we do a 3D interactive walking tour. This one's amazing. Buyers love this. They can literally walk through your home at their leisure. They can walk into closets, walk around the island in the kitchen, even see your appliance brands. It's the next best thing to being in the home. So this one's a little more expensive, and that's why a lot of agents don't use it. If possible, we'll do aerials. Now, we did get permission a while back from the airport to do aerials in Berry Creek. We were told at first we couldn't, but then we explained what we did and the height we fly, and we were given. And bottom line is that we just are able to do more because we take the steps needed to do that. We do targeted online ads. When I say targeted, what we're talking about is offering the benefits and attributes of your home to people who want what you have, not just a generic description like is typical. We also offer floor plans of your home so buyers can see how the home is laid out, how the furniture is laid out in it. They just get a much better feel for what your home offers before they've ever been to it, so that when buyers come to your home, they're vastly better qualified. I hope that makes sense. We also market in a lot of different ways. I have a lot of different placements, Berry Creek Home, Stats, Service, all these different placements. And the reason for that is because the more exposure we can give your home in different areas with multiple videos, the better off you're going to be. The last area I want to cover is negotiating. Today's negotiating is different. This blistering hot market has a different negotiating position than it did in a typical market. There used to be 5 major traps. Well, they actually still are. They're just not really used in this market. 5 major traps that buyers would try to get you into, and we would navigate through those and get you around those to maximize your price. That's why in a typical market, my average price was much higher. But in this market, there's one tremendously effective strategy in a blistering hot market that I use for your benefit. And I'm going to kind of hold on to that one. But you remember a few slides back how much more my sellers make in this market, this blistering, incredibly hot market that we've never experienced before. One of the reasons I strongly feel is because of the negotiating strategy that we use for this hot market. And I'll share that with you if you decide to get together with me. Anyway, again, I'm Stuart Sutton. If you decide to sell your Berry Creek home, I hope you'll consider my services, consider previewing them, because I do invest funds to prepare your home. I do target market for better qualified buyers. We make an extremely aggressive presentation to give buyers a great feel for what your home offers. And I do understand negotiating in this market. And a lot of agents don't understand negotiating in this market. It's a very fascinating situation. We've never experienced it before, and we had to adapt very, very quickly. If I can help in any way, of course, let me know. Thank you again for your time. Remember, it's your choice, so make it a powerful day. Bye-bye.